Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am building a weird shell again, and I'm building it in the shape of an arrow. And I've already done the outside at least once, but then I decided that it needed to be a little bit bigger, so I changed that, and I also made the fletching a little bit larger just to reflect the larger arrowhead, even though it's still not quite all that realistic because, yeah, an arrow doesn't look like that. But it's fine, I think. The idea comes across. And yeah, I really like doing those weird shape builds. And yeah, I've done quite a few of them already, and I don't even know how I got there to the shape of an arrow, but I actually really like it. And when I studied abroad, so I studied in England abroad, and when I was there, I joined the archery club and I did some archery, and I really liked it. So I learned just the basics and I didn't do any of the competitions. But I enjoyed learning about it because I was always interested since I was smaller um, in archery, mainly because of Legolas. So yeah, that was the first instance that I remember that I thought, oh, that looks really cool. I don't think back then that I wanted to actually learn archery, but I was just always curious about it. And when the chance presented itself during my semester abroad, I thought, well, that is the perfect opportunity to try it. And I did, and I really enjoyed it. It was, I don't know, the skill was really cool to have, and I think I was I was quite good. So I hit the target often enough. Well, I hit the target almost always, but like the real target, so the middle of it, I also hit often enough. So yeah, I was quite proud of being able to do that, to learn that skill, and it was really fun. But I don't do it anymore, just because where I live, I don't really have the opportunity to. So there's just no nearby archery range or shooting club that I could join that offers archery. So yeah, I don't do it anymore, but I think it was well worth the experience to try it. And yeah, if you have the opportunity to do it, I thought, why not? Even though I couldn't sustain it, but it was really fun to do. Yeah, and that's also part of the inspiration for this build, of course. Yeah, and at the moment I'm just laying out the kitchen. I wasn't, because the kitchen is on a diagonal, I wasn't quite sure how to do it, and I thought about putting a plant there, but I changed my mind and put some shelving there, um, just to cover up the gap there. So at the moment I have the corner piece or the end piece there, but as you can see now I changed it to a normal piece, and then I covered up the gap with shelving, and the counters that I use don't have shelving anyway, so not shelving, the cabinets anyway, so I used shelves to mimic shelving a little bit and to fill up the space, and I think it turned out really cool. So it's asymmetric, and yeah, it's a contrasting color, so the cabinets are quite dark, but yeah, no, the counters are quite dark, not the cabinets. The counters are quite dark, and the shelving is a bright wood color. So yeah, I think it fits quite well. Yeah, and that was the back part of the arrow, the fletching. And now I'm doing the arrow head, and there I'm putting the bathroom, the bedroom, and also the living room. And the fletching is the kitchen and the dining room, the study, and a half bathroom. And yeah, I'm putting in that bright yellow color for the bed. I actually really like that swatch, even though there's stripes. I would love it even more if it would be a plain bed cover without the stripes, but I can't change it. And I think it's just, I like the yellow on it, so it's fine. And yeah, I put in a yellow couch as well, and later I will put in blue walls, because I think blue and yellow fits really nicely together. At least those two that I used later. And I also put in a TV there, even though it's not really necessary, but I needed to fill the space. Because the TV is unnecessary because the living room is right next door, and it's the whole house is just for those two Sims. So it's not like they have to share it with anyone else. So yeah, it's not all that necessary to have another TV here, but I just needed to fill it with something, so I used that. And I also used the yellow couches in the living room, so it's quite yellow at the moment, the build. And as you can see, I skipped over the bathroom in the arrowhead, because you've already seen me build the half bathroom, and the bathroom is not all that different, so I decided that you didn't need to see it twice. And now you can see me changing the wallpaper to that blue color that I was talking about. And in the study, I decided that it would be a different color. It would be a red. And I also like that red. I think it fits really well with the furniture that I put into the study, so that kind of rustic feel. And now you can see the shelving in the half bathroom, and I filled it up with all the clutter items that I could find, and some plants, and yeah, just perfume and whatnot, whatever is in the clutter item tab. At the moment I'm putting in flooring, and I chose a really bright flooring to make the build brighten up, so it's not as dark as it could be. Oftentimes, especially when you play in The Sims with the walls down, it looks really dark if you have dark flooring. So I often don't use dark flooring, because it's sometimes sad if you have such a dark, play area in a sense. And here I'm just putting some coat racks in the entry, and you can also see the shelving. I filled it up with plants and clutter items for the kitchen, and you can also see that I skipped over all the window placing, just because otherwise the build would have been quite long, and I wanted to spare you some of the building that I did. And now I'm starting to decorate everything some more. So I've already been decorating, of course, with the bathroom and the shelving in the kitchen as well. So yeah, but now I'm just decorating even more. And here you can see that I'm placing some rocks down in the living room and the bedroom, as well as in that long hallway. That hallway is quite useless in a sense, but of course I need to use it somehow because it's part of the arrow and I can't just ignore it. And yeah, I just put down some rocks and made it quite bright with all the windows. to fill the space. And now I'm placing some more windows in the bathroom and the living room, just to fill it up. And yeah, to have natural light in those spaces. In the bedroom as well, I hadn't put any windows down there. And as you can see, I also put the painter's easel down in the bedroom, just a skill building item to have. And now I'm in the bathroom and putting in a shelf next to the sink to put down everything. So put down the tooth brushes and soap, I think. So yeah, just to fill it up a little bit. And of course to have it handy if you were to imagine being there in real life. It's quite handy to have something to lay down all your stuff. So that's why I decided to do it there. And I put some perfume, and I think it's called Body Care Essentials, down, and also a plant. And now I'm just filling up the build with plants to fill the corners and to make it a little bit brighter. It's just the bedroom at the moment. I also put down other clutter items in the bedroom, and now I'm in the living room and putting down a plant as well as some music instruments in the corner there. I also put down a bookshelf. That one that I chose is one of the only ones that fit, and I already used it in the study, so I think it's quite realistic to just have the same furniture in multiple parts of the build. Now I'm in the study again, and I'm filling the other weird corner that I have. There are quite a few weird corners, but that was one of the only ones that was left. And I filled it with a chair to sit in and talk with the one that is at the desks, or even to sit there and read, just to have a chair that is a little bit more comfortable maybe than the one on at the desk. Now I'm scrolling through the paintings for the bedroom again, and of course also for the bathroom and the living room, just to cover the walls a little bit more and have it look a little bit nicer. And I also put down some lighting for the living room and the bedroom and the study, and I'm correcting the placement of the lighting in the other parts of the build, as well as putting down other lighting sources. Oftentimes in the bathrooms I only use those saucer lights, and in the other rooms I search for something better, but sometimes the bathroom light isn't centered, so I need to do that as well. Now I'm outside, and I've already done the not balcony area, the back porch, and I put down some items on it, and the front porch as well. And now I'm building a pool with next to the lounge chairs that I put down, and some seating as well next to the house. And then I'm fencing in the backyard just to have it a little bit more closed off. And then I'm putting some more items down. I think those items that I put down just now, they're quite large, and oftentimes you can't really use them because it's just weird. But I think it fit quite nicely here. Now you can see some screenshots of the build. I hope you like it. You can look at it and download it from the gallery. My ID is TGGSims. I also hope you liked the video and will consider pressing that like button and subscribing. And of course, I also hope that you have a great week. Bye!